Open us up.
Yo, what's good out there? Yo, this is James. You know what I mean? I'm gonna change my name. It used to be LL Cool James. You know what I mean? But I'm changing that. Or LL Cool Jim. I'm changing that. And that's my man back there, Jay every day. Yo, Jay, say what up.
Yo, what's going down? Yo, we got this guy Rod in the chat room. If you're watching the live stream, he just said, "Yo, he just wrote out pair of homosexuals."
yo,
Yeah,
don't get mad at us, baby, because you a lockdown man now. Oh boy, don't get mad at us.
we might have to
You
bring
used to be
we
you
might have to
used
bring
to
back
be
the necessary evil.
you used to be the Hulk before Blackwidow tried to lock him down. You should have just got on that spaceship and bounced, homie.
Actually, not yo. There's two people watching. There's two people watching the show. Actually, are you watching the live show or no?
Nah, I'm not watching
Okay,
the
yeah.
live
So
show.
now there's two people tuned in. Oh, Rod said he's at work. He's at work watching it.
Wow, yeah. And what does Rod do? He works as an electrician at the Long Island Railroad.
Now he got a little promotion. He's a foreman. He's
He's a
moving on up.
foreman.
Yeah, he's moving on
Yeah.
up in the world, bro.
Yo, with all the accidents that's going on, I wouldn't be telling nobody I'm at work right now. Long Island Railroad's been getting hammered lately.
Man, well, whatever. That's a
You
whole
know what I mean?
different
I ain't
subject.
telling that man. I ain't telling that man business or nothing like that.
But yo,
Hopefully.
let's get into the show. So, top number one. What are we going to talk about today,
You know
James?
what I mean? Topic number one, like, let's talk about this Colin Kaepernick thing that's going on right now. Like, y'all, truthfully, I refuse to watch the NFL for the entire season. I ain't gonna watch the Super Bowl if this man ain't picked up.
Yeah. Now, is it now? Do you think now is he a good player like Kaepernick? Because I know like he was playing quarterback, but he never really lived up to the expectations that that people had for him. You know what I mean?
I actually think the brother was sabotaged. Like, you know what I mean? He went from playing with some great players. You know what I'm saying? He went from great teams. Like, he went to as a quarterback. He took Alex Smith's job, and then he, became like he went to the conference finals, and then he went to the Super Bowl, and I think he went back to the conference finals. So I don't think he was a scrub or nothing like that. But if you're gonna pick up Johnny Manziel, the Liquor boy, Johnny Liquor, you got to pick up Colin Kaepernick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I feel you. That dude just to me he just seems problematic. You know what I mean?
Problematic. I don't think nothing problematic about it. Yo, dude, just kneel. You know what I'm
No, I'm
saying?
talking about Johnny Manziel, not
Oh, Manziel,
Kaepernick.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what you call that's privilege to the extent. That's
yeah.
white privilege to the extent. You know what I'm saying? I ain't scared to say it. Like that dude was, he feels entitled for everything.
Oh,
Again,
he's borderline reckless though. That's what's just and teach his own. Like I get it. Like entering the NFL, like you don't sign up to be a role model. So like I understand that because like even myself, I have two kids, one on the way. I don't really consider myself a role model to anybody else other than my children. You know what I mean? So imagine to step in a public figure and now you're in front of everybody and they expect you to, because you know what I mean? Like I was a knucklehead till I was 30, let alone have that amount of money and you know what I mean?
yeah, it's not even about being a role model. If you went to your job and you couldn't perform successfully, you know what I'm saying, you should get fired.
Yeah, word.
Period.
That's true. No, you're
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's not even about him being a role model. He could be the worst player, worst role model in the history of football. If he's out there throwing touchdowns, the NFL don't care. Like, you know what I mean? They was considered. Look at that cat that beat up that. Can't think of homeboy name,
Oh, you talking
but
about Ray Rice?
no, not Ray Rice. He didn't get another job. But the other
Yeah.
cat, he played for Carolina. Then he beat up his girlfriend, and she allegedly beat up his girlfriend, and then she didn't come testify, and then the Cowboys picked him up. I can't think of the cat's name on the top of the head. Maybe
Yeah, no, I don't
this
remember.
needs to give me a little help. But
Yeah, somebody
I mean,
out there probably leave it in the chat comments. Fill us
yeah,
in.
but football ain't about being role models. Those dudes are players that is picked up from the hood, and because they're super fast, super strong, super big, they let them play ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's never been about being a role model. Like Colin Kaepernick now, what he's doing is being a role model. He's speaking out
Yeah.
black folks, you know what I'm saying? Like me and you could go get shot in the middle of the street. Like, you ever see what the cop did to that little girl that was bad mouthing him? Like, threw her on a body slammed her, threw her on the ground, put her in cuffs. Like, that could happen to one of your daughters. That's what
Yeah.
Kaepernick is kneeling for, because we are getting still a bunch of injustice in the year 2017.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, to me, like, I refuse. to watch the NFL personally, because if they can't pick this brother up because he has the constitutional right to say what he want and do what he want, and they basically saying they don't care about black folks. To me, the NFL doesn't. You know what I mean? Because I don't think he did anything wrong but exercise his amendment rights.
Now,
So
what they'll say is that he's bringing too much negative attention to their team, which is, like, and on the opposite, it's actually positive attention to something that's still the things that
mhm.
still exist, which is it's a shame. Like I'm not a real huge football player, so I won't be able to say is he good, is he not good. Like I don't follow football at all, but what I do is that he made a stand for injustices, and for that I salute him. I can't,
But
you know.
but see, that's why I said I'm waiting to see. But I don't even have to wait and see. All the other players that they picked up that were total distractions would have been a total distraction to the team. You know what I mean? This is not a distraction. This is exercising your amendment rights. This he has the right to kneel down. How is that a distraction to the team
Yeah,
by kneeling down? Plus, then he also said he conceded and said, you know what? I'll stand for the flag. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Just give me a job, like all the stuff this
So,
brother is
so,
doing.
so the 49ers, so what ended up happening is, well, for the people that don't follow football, the 49ers just dropped him, or was that the end of his contract?
Now he was at the end of his contract. He waived his actual rights. He made himself to be a free agent.
Gotcha. So he waived his, so he wanted to be a free agent. He didn't
He
want to stay
wanted to
with
be a
the.
free agent.
Gotcha.
Renegotiated his contract. He didn't really play all that well because the 49ers aren't that good. You know what I mean? Football is a team sport. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You can, be the best quarterback in the world. If your teammates garbage, you'll look terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If your tackle ain't making a block or your running back is not picking up a blitz, you're gonna
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
trash.
Yeah. Yeah. I
You
feel
know?
you.
Look how Michael Vick looked before. After those years, that one year he had that was good when he came back after the dog fighting, and then after that, it seemed like Michael Vick couldn't hold on to the ball because his line just couldn't protect him.
Yeah.
So what I mean, I just what I mean personally, and I speak out to all black people and all brothers out there. If you love yourself more than you love a game, watch the NFL if this brother's not picked up. Period. You know what I mean? The Super Bowl is not that important. Is your if you have children out there, if you have family members that that can get shot down in the street like dogs or harassed, or if you've been harassed and you see what Colin Kaepernick did for us. He put his job on the line, which now clearly he did because he can't get picked up with good another job. Clearly, he was speaking out for us. We always ask for who's our leader, who's our leader. Here we have one guy that stood up and became our leader, or became a leader of black folks, or was a celebrity, and did it wasn't on the level of Muhammad Ali,
No,
but
I know what you're saying. He did what people are crying for. They say, "Oh, we have nobody to represent us. We have nobody." And then
mhm.
I don't know, son. I feel like everything is like so short. It's like we're angry for the moment, and then we're just like, all right, back to loving hip hop. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
that
just everything's so short lived where people just don't really care. And until I'm not gonna just point the finger. I could be like that myself too. You know?
But see, that's what I'm talking about the comfortableness of black folks. You know what I'm saying? The comfortable of black folks is saddening. You know what I'm saying? We are so like it's the Rosa Parks theory. Like I mean, Rosa Parks sat in the back of the bus, got arrested, right? We was allowed to sit in the front of the bus, and we stopped there. That comfortable stuff is what we have to stop. You know what I mean? We got to understand. It's like it's not about just sitting at the front of the bus. It's about owning bus stations. It's
Yeah.
about becoming your own MTA. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, listen, the NFL don't want to pick you up. Yo, you guys are creative enough. You guys are good athletes to say, listen, we could create our own football league. You know what I mean? Let's
Yeah.
put our minds together. Let's put our heads together. Put our own football league. We don't need the NBA. You know what I mean? They make you trick you into believing that you need these things, that it's a necessary, it's a need. It's not a need. Like, yo, this year, I have been totally not in tune with sports than I have ever been. You know what I'm saying? It's not because I'm trying to get all socially conscious and nothing like that. It's just that after a while, when you understand life and you understand what the plot is, and like to me, the plot is pure capitalism. It's about make more money. The rich get richer, the poor gets poorer. When I start looking at stuff like that, and I start looking at kids that were great and couldn't make it, and you kind of ask yourself why. It's like, did they even couldn't make it because they didn't pay nobody, they didn't kiss nobody's butt, or did they really not make it because they weren't really that talented? You know what I'm saying? So like when I start looking at things like that, and I start training kids and I start training athletes, you know what I mean? Because that's what I do, and I start seeing like their attributes and seeing like the kids who they say is really good, and it's like he's not really that great. You know what I mean? He has a lot of deficiencies. Like, you know what I mean? His skill is getting him to a certain point, but once he gets to somebody who's just as fast as him, his true colors are going to show.
Yeah.
So, like, you know what I mean? So it makes me like, yo, this, I've been so, out of tune with sports than I've ever been this year. Like, I haven't watched one, final, NCAA basketball game yet in the tournament. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably watch the finals, maybe not. But, you know what I mean? It's just that now it's so much money involved. It makes me question a lot of the outcomes and a lot of things. Like, it's just like, it's, conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at somebody like Allen Iverson, dude was mad nice and stuff like that. Yeah, he didn't practice, but you know what I mean, what they did to make sure that the dude didn't succeed, to hold him down, it makes you kind of feel a certain way. It's like, yo, they only wanted this cat to be a legend among certain people.
Nah, it's you know what it is. It's kind of like there's an acceptable image for the black man. So like if you're cooning, that's acceptable. If if you're exactly what they want you to be, that's acceptable. If you're left or you're too right, completely unacceptable. You got to be like, nothing against Steph Curry because I love that dude, but you got to be Steph Curry. You got to look good, be well spoken, be all these things that's presentable that you could sell an image that that helps them be profitable. But like Allen Iverson was for the hood, but
Mm-hmm.
everybody in the hood loved him because that's what he represented.
And
He
not
almost
not
made it
even
seem like you could be in the NBA because you knew a nigga like that had handle. You know what I mean?
word, but yo, not even that. But see, that's the thing. Allen Iverson, and I hate to put it in this terms, but because it's kind of like on the same level. Allen Iverson was like when they figured out drugs got to the white neighborhoods.
Oh yeah, word. Yeah,
Oh no,
that's the
it's a
same thing.
problem now.
I
Like
I
when
agree.
you
I
see
agree because
white
they were
kids
like
wearing
hip hop
Justin
has invaded everything. Word.
Justin Timberlake wearing cornrows, they was like, all right, we got to stop this.
Yeah, word,
Like,
word.
you know what I'm
I get
saying?
that.
That's what Allen Iverson was like. He was like drugs when he got into the white neighborhoods. It's like now we could open up heroin stations and let them go get high, but we can't let this spread. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna throw them in jail, type of thing. With Allen Iverson, that's what Allen Iverson was to me. That's why he's so legendary because Allen Iverson didn't even cross over, and he started transcending into that and one generation. You know what I'm saying? You think
Oh,
about it.
word.
And one generation is Allen Iverson. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
it's,
saying?
it's street. It's
Like
just
again,
pure street.
yeah, it was disgusting when it got to certain points of it, like the and one game. I remember I used to like it. Now I can't even stomach and one. If I see a cat do a trick, I'm like, yo, just foul that man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Now it was
But
dope in the beginning, but then it got too like they would just everything became tricks, and it was like, all right, now this
yeah,
isn't even basketball anymore. You know?
exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, stick, So, like, Allen Iverson, he was that dude that was street, but he played professional ball. Like, street cats thought they could make it to the NBA because they saw Allen Iverson do it, not realizing this dude was like a super duper athlete that could run a
Yeah,
four
word.
and a half minute mile.
Yeah,
You know what I
well,
mean?
Allen Iverson was like Georgetown, right? So he had some structured
Structured
ball.
background.
Yeah, word.
And he also he'd be hurt for like a month and then come play a game and play like 48 minutes like it was
Yeah.
nothing, won't even retire. So he was just a phenomenal athlete. So you know what I mean? But yo, that's just the thing that it
It's just
kills me.
when you think about it, they vilify the black man. That's just regardless of what you do. So if you're an actor, athlete, sports person, it's like you got to be like Kevin Hart, which is super duper, and I love Kevin Hart, but you got to be like that. That you're not gonna make a statement. You're gonna stay super neutral and kind of play this middle of the ground road. Otherwise, they'll come for your neck. If you pick a
See,
side, you're done
mhm.
for. You know.
See, I can't knock Kevin Hart because Kevin Hart had a game plan coming in. You know what I mean? Yeah, he didn't really stand up for a lot of social injustices,
But
which
look at
I
Dave
mean, where
Chappelle. Look at Dave
which
Chappelle.
why Dave Chappelle is that's why Dave Chappelle is my
Vilified him,
goat.
vilified
Yeah,
him, all
and
because he
Dave Chappelle is
stood
my,
for the shit that's like
mhm,
injustices. You know what I mean?
exactly. Like people have Richard Pryor as their goat, the generation before my mom's generation. Then some people have Eddie Murphy as the goat. Like Dave Chappelle is my goat. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
word. Me
saying?
too. I
What
agree.
he did with the Chappelle show, it like took comedy to another level to me. And then what he did to stand up for his principles, that actually like
Okay,
took
like
it to another
I
level
can
for
ask
me
you a
with
question.
that.
$50
Like,
million dollars is in front of you. Would you take it, son? I would have took that money, son.
nah, see,
Cool.
nah, I wouldn't. I
Yeah, good for
wouldn't
you.
because
You do. You
that's
have
that's the,
principles.
that's why I no homo. I adore Dave Chappelle
Yeah.
because of what he stood for. You know what I'm saying? Dave Chappelle was like, to me, that principle for him to turn down that $50 million, man, and
S-
say, nah,
Son, I don't know if
I
you would do it, son.
I got to be my own boss. I know I would do it because I don't live for money. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, yo, this potential offers right now, you know what I mean, doing what I'm doing, that, you know what I mean, I turn down every day because just the fact that I can't sell my ownership. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I'd rather, work check to check rather than being able not to say what I want to say. Like, even come on this podcast
Yeah.
and
Word.
suck and jive and be like, yo, hey, I can't say this, Jay. Like, no, I want to
Yeah.
be able to say whatever I want to say it when I want to say it. If people ain't feeling it, then they can log off. You know what I'm saying? The people who, to me, my principles are the people who belong in my. Not everybody's not going to agree with you. You know what I'm saying? You could shuck and jive, and those people still don't agree with you, or they go back and laugh
Yeah.
in your face or laugh behind your back. Me personally, I live by that rule. Like, not everybody is going to love you. Not everybody's going to agree with what you got to say. But if that's what you believe and that's what you feel in your heart, that's your opinion. You say it. You know what I'm saying? Stop worrying. Like, yo, the thing that killed me with a lot of cats is a lot of cats are suspect when it comes to that. Like, that's why I'm happy I have the friends that I have, because I see a lot of cats out there that chill with a lot of people or won't say things to a lot of people because they afraid that where it might not get them. You know what I'm saying? So they'll kiss somebody butt or be a yes man because they're like, yo, this is my way of getting on.
That
You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying?
and tell you the truth, that's the way of the world. People do. I mean, I don't know.
And that, yo, that's not sad to you.
I would say so, but I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm not as far, probably advanced in my career as I probably should be, because I just can't live like that. I'd
Hmm.
rather be.
And again, like, you a brother that has a family. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why, like, sometimes, that's where they get you. They make you wait into your family, your
No, word, because
family
they're like, well,
structure.
you could do this or you have nothing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Which is, at the end of the day,
Exactly.
it's you shouldn't be dependent on somebody else for your livelihood. That's what I kind of think of. You know what I mean? Like
But
you should
see,
have
that's
that.
why I never live for standards though. Like,
Yeah.
me, that particularly, I never live for standards. Like, when people told me, like, yo, you got to have a kid by this age, I was like, I do.
Yeah.
Because
Now I
I
feel
know
you.
I see cats out there at 50 years old having kids. Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or people like, yo, you gotta live in this White House and white picket fence. I was like, who says who? I
Yeah.
want to
Now I
have
feel
my
you.
my mofo house to be black. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? All black. Like, you know what I'm saying? But cats, you know what I mean? They just, you get caught up in that living for the standards, living up to the way the world said that you should be socially accepted. And then
Yeah.
that's when you get caught up into taking that $50 million when you shouldn't. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? 'Cause, again, like, look, and Dave ended up getting 60. He ended up getting 10 more. And still and kept his manhood.
Yeah. Now I hear you.
So that's why he my goat, man. I really like Dave. Like, yo, I got this Indian mofo that I work with, right? He think I work for him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He kick it, and I think it's a little bit of it's a whole thing. It's a little bit of racism. It's a little bit of jealousy. It's a little bit of uh envy. Like, you know
Yeah.
what
Of
I'm saying?
course. Yeah.
Because he works for the chiropractor, the lead chiropractor is here. Like, he gets a cut of the money when the lead chiropractor pays him.
Yeah.
Me, I own my own thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Word.
run my
Word.
own show. Boss. Like, this is like, yo, this is the Martin show. Like,
S-
Martin had his show, this is James. Like, you know what I'm
So
saying?
how does he figure that you work for him? That's what I don't get. Like, if it's two
Because
separate entities.
I don't know if it's cultural. I don't know what it is, but the cat, he saw how much money. Well, again, to me, I guess he saw how much money to him, how much money I was bringing in. Because, you know what I mean. To me, it's just like, yo, it's not about money. It's about care. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Word. Word.
So he's seeing how many people come through the door, and he's like, yo, you think if I start referring people to you, I could get a cut? It was like, get a cut of what?
Yeah.
Like, yo, I mean, I was here a year and a half before you, doing my thing. Like, why do you need to get a cut of anything, homie? So it's a little, like, again, it's a little bit of racism, it's a little bit of jealousy, it's a little bit of envy because, yo, he's counting now. He's counting heads. How many people come through? Of what's this? How much I charge them per hour? He's counting. But I think it's also a little cultural too. He's
Yeah.
kind of
Rule number one: you never watch another nigga's pocket though. That's like, you know what I mean?
That's
Like
what I'm saying.
that's rule number one.
Yo, this dude pull out a calculator, homie. It was like,
Word
yo,
in front
he's
of
like,
you.
yeah. He was like, yo,
Yo,
how much you make?
yo, I would have been
How
like, yo,
much
get.
you make?
I would have been like, get away from me.
Yo, he was like, yo, how much you charge per session? That's how you try to get slick. So I was like, yo, I charge $60 per session, dude. This dude started doing math times 8 hours. Like, yo, this dude did like an Einstein equation,
Yeah,
homie. You
word,
can see
word.
how much money I was bringing in a month. So I was like, yo, so I said to him, I was like, yo, why are you counting how much paper I'm bringing in? Like, I mean, bring your own paper. And I said, that's why you can't make paper because you always count somebody else's.
Oh, he's not doing well over there.
No, because he's a slouch. He's a
Yeah, yeah,
slob.
word.
He's a chiropractor, but he's one of those those crackback chiropractors, one of those wackos, like
Yeah, yeah,
that he thinks people gonna come to him all the time because they back hurt. I'm like, yo, go to school to do something else. I said, go to school to be a trainer. Like,
yeah, word.
I'm real foul.
Yeah, yeah, word. Like he probably needs something else besides.
Like, yo, like you want me to help you get a cert? Like I help you get a
Yeah, word.
I'm mad. I just be mad. Just mad, yo. I'll help you with this, sir. Yo, go get some ace. You know what I mean? Because it looks bad when the trainer knows more than the chiropractor.
Yeah, word.
And then like, I got some clients who just like, yo, chiropractors is not even real doctors. I'm
Yeah,
like,
word.
yo,
I was just gonna say that falls into the line of like holistic medicine. Like, truthfully, I don't believe in it. To each his own. But I kind of
hmm
feel like it's not rehabilitative. Like I'd rather go somebody that's gonna fix. Like 'cause Sydney used to go to it. She used to go to it,
hmm
go to it, go to it, go to it, and then I realized I'm like, yo, we're paying like $100, $200 a month for every year. I'm like, you need to go to a physical therapist. That way you don't have back problems. I'm like, they just make you feel better, but then you feel like shit and you go back. They make you feel
yo,
better, you feel like shit, then you go back.
that's the crazy thing. Like, they need the trainer, right?
Yeah.
So we split time between like so people come to me and they go to him and then they go like, why am I going to this
Yeah,
spa?
word. They probably just stay with you and then they're pissed. Ugh.
Yeah, then he gets mad because he ain't making no more paper off of that person.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, dude, what do you expect? You're supposed to tell them to go get exercise. Stop trying to get rich off these people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I said, yo, the way I do exercise, I try to make it fun for people. People think like they come into Adventureland every time they come train.
Yeah, no,
It's
I heard
not
that lady. That lady that left the office, man. She seemed like it was like the best thing to happen to her.
exactly. You know what I mean?
And you
Yo,
charged her.
yeah, it worked. She paid me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
word.
saying? And it's like, but people crazy, man. Like, yo, that's what I mean. Like that ungrateful heifer, like I told you about on last show.
Actually, yeah. Not to switch subjects, because we're kind of all over the place. But you said you had a story that you was gonna fill me in on. You were
Yeah,
like, save it for the next show.
yeah. We'll see. Right now,
Nah,
here
here we
comes
are. Set it
here comes
off.
the yo. All right, so
This was somebody who was dating.
this was a girl that I had a date with. Right? Again, I'm not going because you know what I mean. I'm not going to give the race. Right? You know what I mean, you could determine the
Why?
race like.
Just give the race. What does it make a difference?
All right, yeah, I'm being beat. Yeah, it was a sister, right? Fine sister, black sister, and we
This
was cool.
this 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 is where we're gonna get axed down. We're gonna have chicks out there throwing tomatoes at us.
No, listen. I think again, you know my principles. Like I think that every race has smut. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Word,
Just
word.
because you,
Equally. Yep, I agree.
yeah, just because you label the girls gone wild doesn't mean it's not smut. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so that's where brothers get brothers that diss black women get crossed up,
Yeah.
right? I mean, smut is in any race. You know what I mean? Latinas will cut you if you mess with them the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it real. All right. So back to the story. All right. You there, homie?
Yeah, no, I'm listening. I'm listening.
No. Hey, you anticipating
I'm
the
waiting.
story.
Yeah, word. I'm waiting for the good part. I'm like, yo, I'm like, get to it.
Yo, you gotta slow it down, homie. Like, I gotta regather my thoughts because I try to like forget this situation, but I'm gonna bring it up though. Um, Homegirl, we was cool. I think we met on like. I'm not ashamed to reveal because this would be $1 billion corporation if it wasn't like we met on like Tinder. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, word. Okay.
we swiped to the right, and then we matched up. We
Is
talked a
Tinder
few
the joint
times.
that you just be having sex with chicks? Like I haven't or maybe I'm
Well,
thinking of
I
something different. Maybe I'm thinking of
well
something
I
different.
again I didn't get down with this chick, but this is not a reason why she ain't ungrateful. She's just ungrateful. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we swiped on Tinder. We talked a couple times. Got a number. So we planned the date, and we actually went on 2 dates. So the first date, I took her to like this place called Jekyll and Hyde in Manhattan,
Oh
right?
no, I know Jekyll and Hyde.
Worst place to take a girl
Yeah, it's not a good like date spot.
or the first date.
Yeah, it's
Worst
weird.
place to
It's
take.
weird because like
But
she'll be popping up on you, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
but I
it's like
survived it though.
yeah,
I
yeah, it's like
survived it though. I got granted the second date, right? So everything was all cool. Got granted, you know what I mean? So we hung out. She was like, "Yo, we can hang out again." Cool. All right, so this is where the ungrateful part comes in.
now you paid for the first date, right?
Yeah, of course. I
Okay,
always pay
perfect.
for the first
I
date.
agree.
Like,
I
yo,
think you should.
I don't what is it called when two
Chivalry,
people
chivalry, chivalry's.
or,
Oh,
or,
you're talking
or
about you
Dutch?
don't go Dutch. Yeah, that's whack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
don't go
agree.
do it. Like, I don't believe in that. If I ask you to go on a date, I'm not a cheap brother. I'm taking you out. You know what I'm saying? And I don't leave my wallet at home, type of thing. So we go. So the second date, she texts me. I'm on my way to go see her in Harlem, and she's like, "Yo, I'm feeling a little sick, but I don't want to cancel the date. You think that we can go to a movie theater in Harlem?" So Harlem is gentrified now, so I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, let's do it. You know what I mean?
What did that have to do with anything?
What?
Harlem is
That's a lot.
because
I yo,
if
listen,
you was
if
going
you
to the
ever,
hood, you would have been like, nah.
yeah, you've been to Green Acres over here. That movie did over here. That's Long Island.
Nah, I
You've been
haven't
to
been
Green
there
Acres.
mad long, son.
You back in your day. You know the difference between a hood movie theater and a gentrified movie.
I remember when I went to that theater, niggas was rolling. I went to see Juice. Niggas was rolling dice in the theater.
that, that's what I'm saying.
Why the movie was going on.
So don't disrespect me on this gentrification movie theater. You know what I'm saying? I was having a good time. You even, like the air is clear in there. Nobody smoking nothing. You know what I
Actually,
mean?
Comac movie theater used to be crazy. Remember Comac?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They closed Comac down for what is it now? Coles?
Yeah, word.
Yo, when they start closing movie theaters for Coles, you know it was something wrong with it. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
word.
saying? For real. So back to the story. So, she's like, yo, I'm sick. I think I'm coming down with something. You think you could, you know, come to a closer movie theater? So I'm like, yo, we about to go to the good movie theater. I'm with it. So end up going to Magic Johnson Theaters, not one of the best movie theaters in the world. I thought we was about to go to the ritzy one, but hey, you get what you get. So before I get there, I'm texting her. I talked to her on the phone, like, yo, if you don't feel well, I mean, whatever. Like, you don't have to come. And she's like, no, I really want to hang out. So I was like, all right, cool. So I go, um, so I'm like, yo, you know what? To make you feel better, yo, you want me to get you some Airborne? You want me to get you some orange juice, stuff like that? And she was like, oh, yo, that'd be nice. Cool. So I was like, all right, cool. Because, again, last thing I want to hear is some chick complaining and coughing all over me while we're in the movie theater. I'm trying to get down on my popcorn. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, I'll get you some orange juice and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, what type of girl are you? Are you a girl that likes to buy things at the movie theater, or you a lady that likes to buy get a big bag and not we bring stuff into the movie theater? She was like, yo, you read my mind. She was like, yo, I'm a girl that likes to bring stuff. So I was like, all right, text me a list of the things that you want, right? And I'll pick them up,
Wow, so y'all was
right?
smuggling snacks into the movie theaters.
Yeah, smuggle like yo. She had. I don't even know how she got that bag in there, but yo, literally,
Yo,
she got.
yo, if you're watching the live chat, Rod goes, the first mistake is she was a sister. Wow. That's just,
Wow.
he's going too
Yo,
far.
yo,
He's going
yo,
too
here we
far.
go. Rod, you ain't no necessary evil no more, man. Stop pretending to the listeners, man. You are a bona fide family man now, Rod. You know you are. Like, I mean, Rod, you inspire me. I ain't never think this could happen, but you inspire me to be a family man. I'm the necessary evil now. If people want to look at it, it's like we reverse roles. So back to the story. So like, me and homegirl. So I get all the stuff. She gets this big bag. We go into the movie theater. We actually seen that Samuel L. Jackson movie
Yeah.
when it was like a Samuel L. Jackson movie when he had like no legs or something.
This was new or this is a
This
long
is the
time ago?
This is when it happened. This is like maybe like a year or two ago. What movie
Okay,
was
yeah,
that?
no, I don't even know. I'm,
It was like all it was like an unadulterated killing in there. Like you
yeah,
know what I'm
no, I
saying?
don't even know.
It was Samuel Jackson was like the main villain.
Okay, now
So
how was she? Now how was she? That's what I'm gonna get. How was she ungrateful? Because like it seemed like you made a nice gesture. You were gonna bring
all
like
right,
things for
yo,
her.
so all right, so then we go to the movies, we chilling, we eating, I eat mad candy, crazy stuff. Like it was like a full course meal of candy and food, right?
So let me
So
guess. She wanted to go out to dinner.
she wanted to go out to dinner, but me knowing that, I was completely honest with her. I was like, yo, listen, I got a stomach ache, but I know you want to go to dinner. We can go to dinner, and but I said I'm not gonna let you eat alone. I'll order something. I'll take it on the way there.
Got you. You take
So
it home.
I take it home. She
Okay.
goes, nah. She goes, nah. You don't have to go to dinner with me. That's cool, like that. So I said, nah. What's up? I said, yo, you hungry? We can go. Like,
Yeah.
it's no
Word.
big
Word.
deal. Nah. Everything is all good. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, yo. So then she's like kind of silent on the way to. So I was like, oh well. I said, you still want to hang out? She goes, nah. I think I should go home. So I was like, all right, cool. So on the way to the train, I noticed that she was like acting like kind of silent. So I was like, yo,
Like shady, right?
yeah, like mad shady. So I was like, yo, do you want to go get something to eat? I said, we can go get something to eat. Nah, I'm good. Man, I'll just go home and then, I'll sleep it off. I say, what? I'll sleep it off. Well, sleep off what?
So she was
She was like,
hungry.
yeah, she was hungry. So I was like, yo, let's go get something to eat. Nah, you know what? No, it's cool. It's cool. Like that.
Is she pretty, or is
So
this like is she a good? Is she a bad chick? Like that? Yeah. Because I would have been like, yo, get the fuck out of here with all this
she
buffoonery.
she was like
Like on a 1 to 10, like would you give her like an 8? Like she a 7, 8, or like
I give her like I give her like an 8.5,
okay, so
like
she
eight
was good
and a half.
looking. Yeah. So
Yeah, she was like Tamala Baldwin mixed with like Nia Long mixed with like Cookie from Empire Q. like yo, it was like all wrapped in one. Like she was
yeah.
cute. Like yo, I ain't gonna lie, she was cute. And so I get on the train, and then she's like, "Yo, I'm kind of disappointed we ain't go get nothing to eat." Exactly. It
So
was
so
that
so,
yo
so I would have been
that,
like, and I asked you like 8 times.
and that's what I said. You know me, I'm ruthless. I was like, yo, I asked you like, no, I think I said more than that. I asked you like 100 times. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, so she said something, and
Yeah.
so
She,
I tried.
you know what she wanted you to be like, nah, we're gonna get something to eat. Like let's go. Like she wanted you to be like, you know what I mean? Like that's
Yo,
whack.
yeah, exactly. That's why I call her ungrateful heifer because I'm like, yo, and then you know what? And then she didn't talk to me after that. Like, yo, she
Ever?
stopped like ever. She literally completely stopped talking to me after that. Over a meal, fam.
Yeah.
Like, yo, over a hungry stomach. She
Yeah.
stopped
Word.
talking.
Yeah. That's wacky.
So then, yo, I'm like, yo,
So you never spoke to her again? Not nothing.
never nothing. Like, yo, I tried to text her. She never responded. It was like weird. I was like, what the heck? So then to me, I call her ungrateful heifer because I'm like, yo, after everything I ain't done for this chick was sick
Well, you didn't really
about
do that much. You took it to the movies, my G.
my G. I still went out of my way. I didn't have to go out there. I could have been like, nah, you coming out here, homie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's an ungrateful heifer. Like, yo, I still took, what I mean, I still went out of my way, got her medicine and shit like that so that she
Yeah.
could feel better. And still came and conceded because we had planned to go to a totally different spot. Then we had a plan to go to that Queen spot right there where it's like all done up
No, no, good
out
thing
here.
even for both of y'all. Instead, you made the extra trip to go.
Yeah, it was like, kind of like a luxury type, movies, you know what I'm saying? But then I'm like, yo, just because we didn't go out to like, and again, this is a second date. You know what I mean? I didn't ask her to pay for a thing.
Yeah, word. Not feel
You
you.
know what I mean? That's to me kind of ungrateful, don't you think?
No, I don't know. It might have just been one of those cases. Like I don't know. I expected more from the story. It might have just been one of those things that just it wasn't a love collection. She could probably see. Like I don't think that it warranted her not returning a text message. That was a little stupid. Like she should have just said, "Oh, I'm not ready. I'm not looking for nothing. I'm not ready to settle down." But I don't know. I think that was just one thing that turned her off. Who knows? But you never know. She might have had the expectation, like, oh, he's supposed to take care of me and do everything for me. Chicks are like that, you know what I mean? So as soon as you say that no, she was like, oh, it's not gonna go my way. This is done, you know?
yo, I wonder what Rod's comments on these on
Yo,
this is.
that's why I'm glad I'm not dating, son. Like that shit just it's
Yo,
crazy.
it is like yo, it's nowadays. I think it's even harder because I think people are at the most confused state in their lives than ever, homie. Like I think people are just don't know what they want. I don't think people know. Like they don't want if they want security. Do they want somebody that they like? I
Yeah,
mean,
I would
it's
say
like
once you get over 30s, you automatically assume like, yo, I need to settle down. So then what ends up happening is people end up almost settling down with people that are not even ideal for them for the sake of just settling down because they're like, oh, I need to settle down. I need to have some companionship, and it's like most times people don't even know themselves yet. You know what I mean?
but they
And
don't even
that's
like yo. I see people that don't even get along. It's just like yo,
that's my
they
whole
get
point.
along. They get along financially.
Yep,
Like
that's my whole point. That
it's like yeah,
you'll settle
I'm a
down with.
doctor and he's a doctor, so let's
Yeah,
just chill. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it don't even make sense, but you know.
Yeah, but that's why I don't get that, man. Like, I mean, I just wish I could go back. I mean, I don't even know where the time went. Like, I used to go back to the times that I used to go to like I don't know. Even the girls that were like considered hood rats were better than this. Like now, I think I meet like some classy women.
You gotta back up, son. You mad close to the camera.
Oh my bad. Like now,
My nigga
you now
playing the cam.
I think I meet some classy women. Like you know what I'm saying. But back in the days, I wasn't all over like
You know what it is? I
hoods.
think now though, like I'd imagine anytime you meet a girl, they want more. Like they're like, where's this going? Like you can't just date just to date. It's well, I'm dating with
Word.
the potential that I'm probably gonna marry you and you're gonna give me a wedding. Like it's not just having fun. So you know what I mean? Like you lose some of that like organic like chemistry that you would have when if you were dating somebody in your 20s. It's like, all right, I'm just dating them. You know what I
I'm
mean? And
just
if
yeah.
it leads to something, then it's like, wow, that was nice. But
Not,
everybody that you get into a relationship with now is going to be looking for that next level. So they're looking for you to say, well, are you going to marry me? Are you going to get engaged? And how many kids do you want? Like they're anticipating the next, you know?
yo, it seems like the girls nowadays they just be like on some new next level stuff. Like it's not. You know what I mean? I wish you was in the dating game with me. You know what I mean? You got out the game early. Like what was it? 2009.
Son, yeah, word. It's been a minute since
Like
I even.
you got out quick.
I'm
You
almost
know
10
what I mean?
years out the game.
So, you were. I wish he was in the game with me right now. And again, I can't hate to call it a game because it's not a game. I don't take it as a game. I don't be gaming chicks and nothing like that. You know what I mean. I try to find respectable ladies that have a common ambition and common.
So I think what you need somebody that's like, you should date somebody that's a trainer. Like somebody that's into health, into fitness,
Yo,
maybe into take care of themselves. You know what I mean?
they even be like far extreme. It's like, yo, listen, I don't want to talk about
Working at.
crunches
No, I hear
and,
you.
and
Yeah,
side
word, word,
bends
word. Yeah, no, I
when we
hear you.
come home. Like, yo, listen, no, it's not about crunches and side bends. It's like, yo, can we have a real conversation? Like
Yeah,
sometimes because yo, they be so into themselves about vanity reasons and stuff like that. They just
gotcha. So that
like
type,
they.
I get you. So that type of person is like
You ever
just
talk to like a dude that works out? Like, yo, they like it's like the word meathead. They the
mm,
ultimate meatheads. Like,
yeah.
yo, it's like
No, I
it's
get it.
bad. Steroids is like the worst invention for like the human ego, man, for the male.
Man.
Like, yo,
Nah,
like
cause they
dudes
be
work
in the
out
mirror. They be like, yo,
steroids.
my calves don't look good. They be like,
Yeah,
yeah, no, I
yeah.
know.
In the middle of the conversation, it's like, yo, dude, we're having a conversation. You asking me about your calves, homie?
Yeah, word.
Like, you asking me about your quads? Like, really?
Like, nigga,
Is
I don't
this
care.
happening right now? Like, yo, how many dudes you talk? Like, yo, my man, yo, rest in peace. God bless the dead. My man Sean. We never talked about stuff like that. We was
Man,
talking like, yo, remember back in the day we was at Jay House, we was balling. Like, it's like, yo, Jay. And you know what I mean? That dude did that for a living. He never
yeah,
was like, Jay, yo, how my chest look, how my
yeah,
arms look.
word.
Like,
No, I know, I know. But some
yo,
people get over, especially if it's somebody that you're not used to it. Like, so anything newfound, like for example, if I ran into a bunch of money, that's newfound. You know what I mean? Like, it exacerbates the situation. So then now it's like it's great. Like, you almost become like I don't know. Maybe if you're the type of person that things won't affect you, then it won't change. But not everybody's like that. Things
man,
change for people. So if you was a fat dude and you got diesel, or you were a fat guy and you got skinny, it goes to your head. You know what I mean?
man, ask your chick, homie. Like, I'm tired. Yo, I mean, and again, I dated a girl who had the mutual same feelings. Really, really nice girl, really nice lady. But we found out that we wouldn't be compatible from like, futuristic standpoint because she already had children and I wanted children still, and she didn't want no more
Oh, she didn't
kids.
want kids. Yeah.
Yeah, but she's brilliant lady,
How old is she?
nice. At one of the best dates I ever had, actually. She's actually 41 now.
Okay, yeah. No, so I don't blame her. Like 41 years old, like
Yeah, who's starting over
to
at
get
that?
pregnant. Yeah, word. And her kids are probably like 12. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
12. One of her kids is 16,
yeah. Oh my lord,
and one of her kids is 21.
that's crazy.
Yeah, she had them. She had
Young.
them.
She had, yeah, she had young, like in her 20s. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like, really, really great date. We hung out, we had fun. Like, we went to Dave and Buster's. It was like the best I ever had at Dave and Buster's. Best time I ever had. Like, we
Yeah.
had crazy fun. Like, we was competitive. And then, the conversation came up. It was like, a lot of the dudes that she talked to that be in the fitness industry just be total meatheads.
Yeah.
They just, all they want to talk about is like, I got to lift this. I got to do some pull-ups. They can't talk nothing about nothing. They can't articulate outside of the world of that. And it's like, and then when you meet women, you think it'd be totally different. They like, oh no, I got to go to the gym. I got to get right. And I'm like, get right for what? Like, you know what I mean? Possibly you're overtraining, and and that's why you can't wake up in the morning, because all you do is concerned with getting fit, getting fit. We don't really know, like, as Americans, we overtrain, we overdo it.
Really? That's shocking
Yeah.
to hear. See, I would almost feel like Americans underdo it only because like everybody you see in America is
Well,
fat, son.
the people who actually work out, I mean, like, it's again, it's like,
Okay,
as
that's what
far
you're
as
saying.
extreme.
Everything's obsessive,
It's
so you figure the
yeah,
people that don't.
it's either underdo it where it's obesity, or it's overdo it where people are just like stressing themselves out. Like, how many people you hear nowadays that go to the gym that are getting like strokes and heart attacks
Yeah, no, it's common. It's true. Yeah,
because they're
word.
overworking. They trying to go work a 9 to 5 and then go food prep and then go work out. It's just, what I mean, so they're killing themselves. So,
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, the dating life is real out there in the streets.
did you see that new Chappelle stand up?
I did. I watched both of them. I thought they were good. They were well done.
Nah,
Kept me going.
one of them, the second one I actually seen. I went to Westbury.
Oh, you saw him live? Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, I went to go see Dave at Westbury Music Fair when he made his return back in like 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was, he went to Radio City Music Hall. Went to go see that. Nas was like his
No, I
music,
remember. Yeah, word. That's dope.
and I went to go see that dude. So that one I actually seen live. So that one, but that still had me cracking up. That's how I knew dude was back, because that one had me cracking up. I had seen him perform that.
Yeah.
I mean, parts of it, because some of it was changed. A lot of it was changed. Like, he did more on Paula Dean, the one I seen and stuff like that. Not telling the whole thing, but and then stuff like that. Did you see Get Out yet?
Nah, I didn't see Get Out. Everybody's saying that I should see that. I didn't.
Nah,
I
Get
didn't
Out
see
was
it.
Get
It
Out
was
was
good.
like one of those movies that changed your life, man.
Really. So I don't.
Like,
I mean, you've dated interracially. I actually no. I guess my wife is interracial, but it's a
after
different
seeing
dynamic.
after seeing Get Out, I signed up for Black People Meet. Like,
Really. Yeah.
word up real
See,
quick.
I guess I don't know that dynamic because like my wife is black and Irish, so her
Mhm.
family that raised her, they're white. But because she's black, it's like no big deal for her to bring home a black guy. Like that's probably almost expected. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I knew when with like Sydney. Even when I went over her house and met her mother that couple of times and her brother,
And
it
her
wasn't
mom,
like,
yeah, her mom's married to a black guy, so like you know what I mean? Like it's that
yeah,
barrier is like it's different. You know what I mean?
it wasn't there. It wasn't like I felt like, some people's house you feel like you a space alien.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like with her, it was like, she knew what time it was. Like
right.
Sid, like talking to Sid, she always like, know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? I never took Sid as like, the other side. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
remember I used to date Brandy? Like,
Brandy. Oh yeah,
Brandy.
yeah, I remember Brandy. Yeah, I
Yeah, like
actually,
Brandy.
you know what's funny? I'm still friends with her. Are you friends with her on Facebook and stuff?
No, heck no. She got rid of me a long time
Really?
ago.
Yo, I'm friends with her like on all social media. I swear to God, I kid you not.
She doesn't follow me on social media. She doesn't. Facebook,
So
nothing,
Jay,
it'd be funny. Like,
are you
sometimes,
truly a man of God that she
yo, she's a big time atheist.
Yo, you
She'll
gotta
tell
back up. You
you.
gotta back up, son. You're
Oh
so
yeah, my fault,
yeah,
my
yeah,
fault.
word.
She's an atheist, fam. Like, so the fact that I be speaking about God and she's an atheist, it didn't work out. Like, we kind of broke up on that level too. Back when we was like in our 20s.
Oh, word.
Hey, she just doesn't believe in God at
Yeah.
all.
Well, that's
And
okay. To each his own. You know what I mean? Whatever.
so, yeah, just to each his own. That's why she alone.
Yeah.
Um,
That's what I was gonna just tell you that. That's what I noticed.
well,
Her
but
son is mad
maybe that's why
big.
I'm alone, not to throw shots. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
word. Her son is mad big though, son. I was like, yo, that would have been James. I'm like, her son's huge. That nigga's like 10.
Yo, you know what? I never thought to have children with her, yo. I was
Nah, you
actually
kind of
scared.
know.
I actually was kind of scared to have children with her.
Yeah, nah, you kind of know. It's almost like not to show any shots at anybody, but my former ex girlfriend, you kind of know what like what you know what I mean. Like I kind of knew at the same time. I'm like, yo, I'm probably never gonna get married to her. I'm like, we
Yeah,
probably won't have kids. Like it just was like one of those things. Like I was dating somebody for the moment, but I didn't see a future in it. So I was like, all right, this is kind of done. You know what I mean?
that's like the Dominican girl I was dating. You know what I'm saying? Dominican girl I was dating, like, we was cool and everything was good and stuff like that, but it's just like we went to Dominican Republic together, and she allowed some racist stuff to happen when we was in Dominican Republic, and
I'm
she,
like, what did they say? Is this something racist about you?
yeah, and the dude was darker than me, homie. Like, yo, he was like Wesley Snipes dark.
But what did he say? He was just like,
He said it in Spanish. Didn't think I could translate it. Right.
gotcha. What did he say
So
though?
then
Like translate it.
called me like black ugly monkey, something like that. And we on an excursion. We in the side in the water with dolphins and stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
chilling with my
And this is
girlfriend.
just a random nigga or like the tour guide.
It was a tour guy.
Oh, word. Yeah.
Like, yo, Jay, no lie, I'm not a violent dude.
Oh,
Like,
I would have fucking slapped that
yo,
nigga with a dolphin.
my dude, I got out the water and grabbed this dude by his throat when I got out the water. Cause like, yo, me and my girlfriend, like at the time,
Now, did
we
she
was
did she tell you that he said that, or you just knew immediately what he said?
I knew I could understand Spanish to some
Yeah,
extent.
yeah, word.
Some extent, right? For some reason, I was listening to the tour guide, listening to what he was saying.
Oh, yeah, because
Right?
he was probably was he talking to your girl?
He that's the thing. I allowed him, I let homie talk to my girl like no problem. I was like, yo, whatever. She ain't going home with you. I'm not a jealous cat.
Yeah,
You know
no, I
what I'm
feel
saying?
you. I'm the same
I'm
way.
like, yo, she coming home with me anyway. She going back to the room with me. She ain't gonna go back home with you. You corny. Like I see, I'm just a confident dude. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not
word.
saying I'm the illest dude, but you gotta have some confidence in yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So he's talking to her, I could tell he's flirting with her and stuff like that. I was like, long as you keep it in Spanish, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I know you know what you're doing. You ain't gonna say it in English because you get slapped out.
yeah.
So, we in the water, we chilling, we just like, having fun and everybody there. So I'm like the only black dude there, right? You know what I mean? Everybody, it was like couples. It was like, it's got good 40 of us out
Yeah,
there in the
word.
water,
And he just
right?
came out of nowhere and just started shitting on you.
He just came out of nowhere and said that, right? So I looked up, I looked at her first. I'm like, yo,
Did
this is
she
your
did
country.
she know that? Did she know that you knew what he said or not?
She froze up.
Oh,
That's why,
gotcha.
to this day, that's why we ain't together. Because that right there, that ended the relationship. When I seen her, if she was ride or die for that moment, because I knew at that point,
Well, she
if I
probably like she probably didn't like. I would say she probably didn't know if you knew. Like, did you speak to her after? Like, I'm just throwing it out there. Like, I'll give you an
nah,
example.
nah, nah, you
Like,
giving her the benefit
okay,
of the
so
doubt. I'm telling you straight
okay,
up,
so
like,
let me
yo,
let me give you my
I know,
example. Let me give you my
yeah,
example first, and then you go. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, there's certain stuff that I know that I shared it. Yeah, you got to back up, son. You mad
no,
close. Yeah, there's certain stuff that I know if I share it with Sydney,
yeah,
it would upset her. So therefore, I don't share it with her. Not that I'm lying to her. It's just that for the sake of I don't want our feelings to get hurt. I don't want her to get mad about something. And it blows over, and it's all said and done, and we enjoy our lives. So it could have been one of them circumstances that she knew, hey, you're gonna react and fuck this guy up in a third world country and get arrested. If you don't know what he said, just let it go, and we'll go on, and she'll ignore it. 'Cause she's gonna go home with you anyway, right?
yeah. Yo, where does this rational J come from, yo? This
That's
is what I don't need to hear right now,
nah.
fam.
That's the reality.
Yo, listen, I don't need you to be rationalized on this. This is Jay the Family Man.
Nah, son.
Where did my
Nah,
Jay go, yo? I
I'm
mean,
like that. Like, not to say that, like, and for granted, like, I'll give you, like, I don't know, like, there's a certain time that yes, she does need to stand by you and defend you because you're her
mhm,
man, but at the same time, like, you're in a third world country
mhm.
where
But
it's
yo,
they don't
but
have the legal system that they have in the United States. So if you do something, now you're under their jurisdiction. So she might have been thinking a little bit bigger than just
okay,
the moment.
and this is the plane that I'm thinking on, right? she has a Dominican passport,
Yeah.
right? She had it. She came into the country with it. She knew when once they find out you're Dominican with American citizenship, they treat you like gold over there. I only know this because this is what she told me.
Yeah.
Right? So they was treating her different because yeah, she was a lighter skinned Dominican girl. She had dark hair, stuff like that. But because she was lighter skinned, she was an American because she got her citizenship back when she was like 12 or something when she was over here.
Man.
And
So
she they
you were
see
mad
me
that she just didn't say nothing to the guy? Like you expected her
this
to
is
be
this
like, yo, don't say that?
this
Like,
this
what did
is
you
no
want?
this is why I got mad. One second, time out. I'll be right back.
All right, me too.
You get changed. I'll be right back.
All right, I had to run outside. I'm back.
I had to answer my door. Nah, so this is where it got to me was, right? So now that she has all these factors, and the fact that like you brought up, like, yeah, we're in a third world country. I could have get arrested. But she, because she has a citizenship, she has more rights, right? Because she is a citizen of that country. And you know what I mean? So I felt at that particular time, like what went through my head is like, we're talking about all this marriage arrangements, we're talking about all this other stuff that at this particular time, like, yo, now that your black boyfriend is being disrespected in your home country, because if we was in Jamaica or a Caribbean country and somebody said that about her being a blanquito or whatever, right? I would have stood up for her no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you talking about that, you want that to be the mother of your children or your father of your
Yeah,
child.
but okay, so now,
Hmm?
now the same circumstances. Let's say you never dated a girl and another girl said some crazy shit about him. Did you run back and
Dating,
tell your girl?
but that's the thing. It's not about running back and telling your girl. It's about
But see,
that
my whole
in
point is
that particular
she
moment.
might not
Hmm.
have known that you understood him because I wouldn't know that you knew Spanish.
Not now, Jay. That would be the case if she said that. She even said to me, "You know what he said,
No, because she
right?"
probably
Because I said, because at
because the way
first
you
before
reacted,
I
she
flipped,
okay. So I see what
no,
happened.
before I flipped out,
So once
yes,
she knew what
before
you
I flipped
said,
out.
so once she knew
Mm-hmm.
what you said, you expected her to. I
Yeah,
see what you're
once she
saying. Once
at
she,
least if she could have handled it in a business manner.
I hear what you're
Again,
saying.
also you also look at it as like this. All right, so this is how it went down. He said what he said, right? I didn't flip out at first. I looked at her, right, and asked her. I said, "What did he say?" I said it really calmly, right?
Yeah,
I said, so then she's like frozen, right? So I could see that she froze up because again, I noticed that she's gonna feel a certain way, like, oh, what am I gonna do, right? But to me, a ride or die person, if that's supposed to be, your boyfriend or your father, or your children or your husband, at that point you'd be like, yo, what? Nah, like, we got to correct this, right? You don't freeze up. You know what I'm saying? So then I was like, okay, and I just asked her calmly again. I said, what did he say, right? And she goes, you know what he said. Like, you understand Spanish, and you know what he said wasn't nice,
yeah.
right? So that's when I said, okay, cool, like that. I still was calm. I looked at homie. He walked past me. I said, yo, wait till this excursion's over. You're gonna have to see me.
You said it in English,
I said it in English to him.
but
I said, wait till this.
did he speak any English or nah?
Yes, he spoke English too.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right,
Yep.
bet.
I said,
Oh,
wait
so
till this excursion.
he knew it was coming in.
He knew it was time, like time it is. So then me and her, so she's like, yo, just calm down, just like that. I said, I'm not mad. I said, yo. She goes, there you are. You're mad like that. So I said, yo, listen. I said, before this escalates, I said, you can handle the situation any way you
But what did you
like that.
expect? What did you expect her to do though?
Okay, my whole thing is like this. From a rational and business standpoint, I think ride or die at that particular time. Something that we're paying for. See, I didn't expect her to do nothing. I just went after the dude, honestly. After a while, I was just like, yo, let me go. I'm just going to go see this cat. I don't let my woman fight my battles.
Yeah.
I said, I'm just going to go after this cat, right? Which I did.
Okay, so
But,
before you
I
explain the rest of the story, what would have been the perfect scenario to you? Like, did you expect her to say like in the water, like, "Don't say that about my man"? Like, what did you expect her to say?
no, not even create a scene. She could have went back when we went back finished with the excursion. She could have went to the we it's not like we was given something like that for free. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know what you're
We
saying. You
actually
paid, like, so she could have complained to the.
she could have went and
Gotcha.
again we didn't even need to get our money back, right?
Yeah.
It's just to me the fact of the matter that she could have went
No, I see
and
what you're saying.
handled the situation
You were disrespected. Like, she could have got more upset. Like, you know
more.
what?
Hmm.
She You'd be surprised. She probably justifies that because she probably thinks like that's how it is in my country. There's people like that. Like, well, you know what I mean?
And that's why to me I was like, yo, you
Yeah,
know what I mean? So
maybe
and
she
then
isn't for you. That's right. I agree.
exactly. And then when I discussed that with her, I said, "Yo, you wasn't even in my corner." I said, "Cause you know why?" I said, "Because you're." And again, I don't give her that excuse. Like that's how she is in the country. She was in the United States longer and
Yeah, yeah,
experienced
word.
racism being Dominican longer than she was in her own country. She
Yeah,
didn't
word.
grow up in her own country. She grew up as an adult over here in the United States. She came over here when she was at the age of 4. So, which means at the time she was 31, 32. So she experienced way more racism potentially in the United States than she did in her own habitat. So
Yeah,
that's why I couldn't give her the benefit of the doubt. Don't give me it's about your country and all of that. You could have handled that situation here because I know you faced that where you live in America. You came from the Lower East Side of Manhattan. You could have handled that situation. And again, it's just to me, it wasn't like you wasn't in my corner because again, if you have children with me and somebody says something racist to them, which kid that her kids is going to be black, does she do the same thing? That's what the problem. That's the future. I started thinking.
gotcha. I
I,
hear you.
are you justifying that now because your kids are going to be black, right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, they're going to have Dominican roots in them, but are they going to be black?
You know what's funny? Like that you speak of that because like yo, I'm friends with this dude. Like, and I'm not gonna put his name out to I went to high school with him.
Mm-hmm.
Dude strictly used to date black chicks. Strictly, used
Mm-hmm.
to date black chicks. So he's married to a black woman, which is fine and dandy. My wife's multiracial, so it is
Mm-hmm.
what it is. So he has two black sons that he's raising. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and this nigga's like pro Trump, pro the cops, and I'm like, so finally somebody on my and they were like, oh, the cops aren't all bad. I'm like, no, the cops aren't all bad, and I'm like, but I said, what ends up happening to people that are good is wrong, and I'm like. Don't you see that this could happen to your sons? I'm like, how could you not see that? So it's like he's almost blind. It's like, but that's how people are. Like they don't like he doesn't see his sons as black men. He sees his son. Well, they're just my sons, and they'll be fine. It's like, nah, when they walk out the doors, they're going to be seen as black men. So
Yeah.
all this rhetoric that he's spewing and putting out there is like negative because his sons are going to get it on the back end, which is scary.
Oh, over that Trump thing, I know a kid named that I don't care. I'll say his name. Kid named Rob. He, you know what I mean, he chills with black folks. He's good enough to come buy weed from black folks. He rap, but then he was talking about, oh, I'm pro Trump. He, that chick Tammy Lauren. He
Yeah.
posts up on it, and so he had to like to think like, yo, who are you to question me about my opinion? I
Yeah, no,
said,
I
yo,
agree. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and you
yeah,
could
yeah.
differ on
Again,
politics. That's
I
true.
said,
You know.
but I said to him, I said, it's always about opinion. But what I'm calling you out on is the fact that you hang around black folks. And I said to me, I said, you know better than Elvis. I
Yeah.
said, you a culture vulture. I said, you could be in the car with 3 black men, and the cop pull you over, tell you go home because you're getting ready to be 3 black men, and you go walk home, even though you was doing the same things those 3 black boys was doing in that car.
Yeah.
I said, to me, that's suspect. That's what saying being pro Tammy Lauren says about you. Yo, so I was like, yo, listen, he friends with my other cat. He ain't got to be friend. He ain't my friend.
No, I
I
hear you.
think the dude is soft anyway. So
Yeah. I mean, at the same time, it's like I don't know. I can't say I'm kind of like that, but I'll give an example. Like, if we were all about to get caught for something, and they're like, "Yo, we're letting James go," I'm not gonna be like, "Yo, James is here with us." I'm gonna let you go. I'm not gonna be like, "Yo, because you were here with us, it doesn't matter your color." I'd be like, "Yo, we got caught. We're gonna take the fall." I wouldn't be like, "Oh well," you know what I mean? Like that to me is like ratting. You know what I mean?
but not it's not even like ratting. What I'm saying with that situation is like he knows he has the white privilege, right? And at that particular time, he's
He takes
flipping
advantage of
to
it.
exactly
But
at
I
that
mean,
particular time. But again, but him speaking out about pro this and pro that personifies what type of person that he is.
oh yeah, he
You
might just be a bad person. To be honest with you, one of the guys in my office, he voted
know?
for Trump straight up, and he said it to me, and he's like, "I'm going to tell you why I did," you know.
Hmm.
And he goes, "I don't think that he's doing a good job in office," and he goes, "A lot of the stuff that I expected from him, he goes, I'm let down by, and it has nothing to do with race at all, you know."
Oh no, not
And
saying that everybody that voted for. Not everybody saying that every person that voted for Trump is racist.
yeah,
What I'm saying is that I mean, when there's racial things spewed and you still back that,
yeah.
that says that you won't mind that a little bit of racism doesn't make determine your decision.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, I don't know, like.
Like I mean, if you say if you say right now, yo, kill all whiteys, and I come back on this show, that means yo, doesn't mean I'm racist. It just means I don't mind that you say a little bit of
But
racist stuff.
that's my whole point. Like
But then
every
you
now
get,
and then we
but I still get a line.
everybody
I still,
looks the other way depending on what it is though. That's the reality. And
yo,
I'm
but
not justifying him.
I still get aligned with that though. You see what I'm saying? I'm still aligned with your racist thoughts because you are, you know, two birds of a feather flock together or something like
I
that.
mean,
That's the saying.
you think dude is a racist? The dude that
Oh, yo, without a doubt. I think he's a culture vulture. I think secretly. I think he does it because he doesn't get accepted by his own people because of the way he lives his lifestyle.
yeah.
So he caters over to blacks, but when he ever has a chance to use that privilege, he does it.
Yeah.
But the fact that he raps and does everything of like, I mean, but it doesn't mean that he won't be able to still get a bank loan and stuff like that. So yeah, I totally think he is. That's why I deleted. That's why I took him off my social media because I mean he was too much up in the air as
Yeah,
something
no,
that
that's true. Like I unfollowed the dude that I went to high school, and I was never really friends with him, but I was friendly. But then when I saw all the stuff that he spewed out, I'm like, yo, I'm like, how do you? I was like, how are you married to a black woman and she supports this? I was like, you know what I mean? And it has nothing to do with race because you could be black and be the same way.
I.
But I'm like, it just seemed
But see,
crazy.
that's the thing. That's the biggest misconception. It's just like a person saying they have black friends. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Person say they have black friends, but doesn't mean that you still don't have the bias, right?
yeah,
If you see a white woman walking down the street with her purse, and you see two black guys, you person, would you stop to see what was going to go on with that white lady? That's the bias that people don't understand. You could have children who are black. You could have a wife that's black. In slavery times, you know what I'm saying? They were getting slaves were getting slave masters was getting down with black slaves. You know what I'm saying? But they were racist as heck.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? So that's why when people say like, "Yo, racism," I think is also do you have a biasness inside of you? You know what I'm saying? If you have that bias, you know what I mean, you may not say that you're racist, but you know what I mean, if your actions cater over to it, then yeah, you might be racist.
yeah.
All right, yo, we gotta close this show.
Yeah, I know. We did a nice little hour for the second show. So, in
Racist.
closing, we were kind of all over the place again, but it's just talk. It's going to be ramblings from two crazy black dudes. So,
Yo, we getting warmed up. You know what I'm saying? These shows are not even these shows are not even being published. These are the dark time publishing shows where you might not even see. When we start getting warmed up, we get the guest on and we flip it. We'll get to that pinnacle of it's just talk.
yeah. All right. In closing, this is it's Jay every day.
Yo, no name, unknown.
Give me
Name
just like
coming
a
soon.
just LL Cool X.
I know.
It's just
Yo,
talk.
hold
All right.
it.
All right. I'm gonna close on the stream.